Hey, it's Tamara Cherry on Eglinton Avenue West. You can see Tweeter Marijuana Dispensary in the background of this shot. This is a dispensary where an explosion happened last night about 7:30 on Friday night. At this point, police are telling us that there were two people apparently who suffered injured hands in this explosion. We're now learning that one of those people is a 29-year-old man who was arrested as part of a widespread crackdown on marijuana dispensaries in the city back in May. At the time, police tell us that he was charged with possession of a Schedule II substance for the purpose of trafficking, as well as possession of proceeds of crime. It's unclear whether he was working at this location or a different location when he was charged back in May. But we are hoping to get some more of those details by 6 o'clock tonight. As well, we have some footage that actually shows the explosion as it happened. You can see just how close some passers-by came to being right in the path of the explosion as the windows were blown out and as a couch, according to emergency workers, was literally blasted from the building onto the sidewalk. We'll have that video and more details coming up tonight at 6.
The fire marshal continues to investigate an explosion at a marijuana dispensary in Midtown.
The blast sent one man to hospital with serious burns, and some passers-by narrowly avoided the explosion as well. CTV's Tamara Cherry is on Eglinton Avenue West tonight. And Tamara, you've obtained some security footage of the blast.
Yes, in the security footage, it does not show us exactly what the cause of the blast was. However, it does show us the force of the blast and just how close these passers-by came to being in its path. It's just after 7:30 Friday night on Eglinton Avenue West. Keep your eye on this building. Pedestrians walk at a casual pace, unaware of what is about to happen. Here it comes. Wait for it. Boom.
What I saw first was someone running into Kimono Sushi, asking for, I guess, a damp cloth.
It happened at Tweeter Medicinal Dispensary, a place for people to buy pot.
There was a man out here who had clearly been in this explosion, and he was missing most of the fingers on one of his hands.
Look closely and you can see the man emerging from the building 37 seconds after the blast.
He seemed very calm about the whole thing.
The blast, fire officials say, came from the basement.
It feels like a weed shop should be the safest place in the world.
Glass was projected out onto the street and the sidewalk, along with the couch that you see on the sidewalk now.
Instead, we have a giant explosion, and it just makes my heart break.
According to police, the man who lost his fingers in the blast was somebody who was arrested as part of a widespread crackdown on marijuana dispensaries back in May. They say his name is David Coleman, that he's 29 years old, and that at the time he was charged with possession of a Schedule II substance for the purpose of trafficking and possession of proceeds of crime. Francis Taylor was called in to look for buried utilities.
Well, I know right off the bat that it's probably not a gas explosion, basically because the gas meter is intact.
In her opinion, the explosion
Probably had something to do either with the extraction process to make oil.
That is hash oil. The extraction process can involve butane gas.
Or something to do with one of those electronic vapors.
Bottom line, investigators say,
We're still in the very preliminary stages of it, trying to identify the fuel involved in the explosion.
and it could be some time before we get those answers. So the fire marshal's office, police, they've all left the scene. Now it appears to just be in cleanup mode. Some people inside there now working told me police have left it in their hands to get everything back into shape. As for the injured party, police actually say there was a second man who was injured who was seen running out the front of the building with a towel on his hands before running back inside and out the back door. Reporting live at the scene, I'm Tamara Cherry. Andrea, over to you. Here it comes. Wait for it. Boom. Here it comes.
Wait for it.